Two acts of terror, two cities, two pairs of brothers, an ocean apart but with unmistakable similarities. Saeed Kouachi and younger brother Sharif, like Tamerlan and Jahar Tsarnaev, were children of immigrants. The Kouachi parents from Algeria, the Tsarnaev parents rooted in Chechnya, both places with a history of violent Islamic extremism. All four appear to have become radicalized as young men. The Tsarnaev brothers by the sermons of American preacher Anwar al-Awlaki, advocating lone wolf attacks. The Kouachis by Imam Farid Benietou, urging young Frenchmen to fight jihad against U.S. troops in Iraq. William Braniff studies terrorism.
They both found an ideologue who was able to translate these beliefs or opinions and turn them into, in this case, violent action.
Law enforcement, separately in Paris and Boston, had 3 of the 4 on radar. All but Jahar were flagged by federal agents or national security in the years leading to the attacks. In Paris, Sharif Kouachi raised a red flag after trying to get to Iraq by way of Syria. 3 years later, in 2008, he was found guilty of taking part in a Paris-based jihadi recruitment ring. He did not go to prison. French intelligence now telling U.S. officials one of the brothers may have traveled to Yemen to train with al-Qaeda. Both men were on U.S. no-fly lists. In Boston, Tamerlan Tsarnaev was flagged by the FBI a year before he allegedly tried joining jihadi fighters in Dagestan. Russian security forces notified the FBI in 2011, but agents closed the case for lack of evidence. Tamerlan was a marginally successful boxer. Sharif was a mediocre rapper. Both dreamed of greatness, both failed. All appear to have remained on the fringes, never totally fitting in.
Individuals who are disenfranchised or disempowered, that violent organizations, violent causes often provide them with that sense of empowerment.
All 4 motivated by anger. Sharif Kouachi saying he'd engaged in jihadi recruiting after seeing images of U.S. soldiers abusing Iraqi prisoners at Abu Ghraib. Jahar Tsarnaev allegedly writing that the Boston bombing was in retaliation for Muslim deaths at the hands of U.S. forces in Iraq and Afghanistan.
It's very common in jihadist propaganda for ideologues or organizations to use the idea of classical or defensive jihad to mobilize people into these battlefields.
2 sets of brothers, 2 acts of terror, both meant to weaken, but instead leaving 2 countries stronger.